Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I want to set up my reading journal with you. I will still keep it super simple, super lazy, very minimal and functional because I'm not a person who, I would like to be a person who does all those lovely spreads, but I know that I will not keep up. So I want to do it now because I want to start purchasing my books. I'm going to go for the mountains a week before Christmas and I would like to have my books ready because we stay usually there for 2 or 3 weeks. And I like to buy some secondhand books. That takes longer because they usually come from Britain. So I thought I wanted to have it ready. Now, I will leave some space for the books that I'm still reading and the ones that I still need to plan for the year. So this one I have already finished. It's Jane Eyre. I loved it, but I have to write the review. It's not really a review. I write like a sort of summary. And then I'm gonna leave a few pages of the books that I plan that I think I will be able to manage till next year. And the last page is going to be for a little summary. You know how Goodreads gives you your year in books? I want to do something like that to write the amount of pages. And the most important thing for me is to know what books per category I have read. For instance, how many are history books, how many are fiction and things like that. That's the only thing that I will do that is sort of statistics. I don't really do anything else. I'm really boring when it comes to reading journals. So if you have not seen my videos before, this is my reading journal, which I will use for I think 3 years. So I just do my goals for the year. This is my Catholic book reading list. This is the ones that I read with my husband, and then I go straight to the summaries. So it's like that, very boring, very minimal. It serves me well. I don't think I could keep up with pretty spreads or anything like that. It's not like it's not my style, but I just do not want to devote that amount of time on my reading journal. Something that I've added recently, like 2 days ago, is I've added this list at the back of the notebook. I was using these pages to try some pens, write some recommendations, and then I realized that I have lists when it comes to books everywhere. I have it on Amazon, I have a list on Goodreads, I have a list on World of Books, which is where I purchase my secondhand books. I have a list on different notebooks and it's really crazy. So I thought to have everything in one place, I would do it on my reading journal. That's the most obvious solution. So I've divided it in categories so that I can check more or less, I can balance what I read. So I have plays, poems, biographies, history, academic and journalism, spirituality, theology, philosophy, apologetics, and novels. I think novels, I have not even finished writing the lists, but I think novels will have more spreads the more I keep writing. And the way I have done it is I've written the title, the author, the number of pages. To me, it's important to write the number of pages because I can then decide when I am going to read the books. For instance, I prefer to read longer books in the autumn and winter. I think everybody does, just because the days are shorter. Here it's dark sometimes at 4:30, so it's really nice to cozy up with a book, and I don't know, it invites you. I feel the weather invites you to read. So I have yet to write the amount of pages, but then I have put also an S for Sprache. I don't know why I have written it in German. So I write the language. So most of them are in English, but of course it's what I have available here, English and German. But my actual native language is Spanish. and I want to read more in Spanish. I also have started to read in French because I learned that in school and I don't want to lose it. And I have to also try to read in German because I can only speak. I write terrible in German and I read also very, very poorly in German. So I thought I will start with very easy books, but it was important to me to write the language of the books that I want to read them in. I have not done it for all of them, but I have to, of course. And then there is a little checkbox for whether I have read it or not. Okay, now that everything has been explained, I'm going to start setting up my reading journal for 2026. I will start with a very simple cover that I design on Canva. It's a very, very easy thing to do. You could, of course, glue it to your paper, but I don't know. I don't like that white background on cream paper. I feel like once you print it, it's not so evident, but once you put it on the notebook, you can really tell that it does not belong. Also, I do it like this because I sort of like a hand-drawn look. It gives me a certain vibe. I don't know. I just feel like it looks better than just to print it and glue it. Of course, it doesn't look perfect, but I actually like it like that. I'm using a micron pen. This is number 8, if I'm not mistaken. And you will see later that I ran out of ink. It was terrible. And a lot of things went wrong using this cover. You would think, what could happen? It's the most simple thing in the world, but you will see. So when I was doing now painting inside of the number, I ran out of ink. And also I realized that it was a little bit silly to just do it with the pen when I actually had that big fat highlighter, which is black, and it was just so much faster and so much simpler. Now, I wish I had done a test because my idea was to turn the page and go on with my reading plan and glue my covers over there. But I had a little problem, and the marker actually bled through the page a little. I mean, not a little, it was a lot. The ghosting was really evident on the next page, and I thought, oh, it's going to look terrible. What do I do? So there was a lot of improvisation going on. Of course, you will not see that here because I've removed that part from the video, but I ended up writing a quote, which you will see later. So now I have finished the year, and I'm just writing it in letters also. That also is, I'm copying from my design from Canva. And what you see there is what was going to go directly after the year, which is where my book covers are going to be glued. So that's my own list, AJ's golden list. Then I have the CBC silver list, which is my Catholic book club list. And below, I will write my reading list for me and my husband, which usually consists of 4 books per year. So that's my platinum list. And I'm just really copying the fonts from what I have written on Canva. I have the computer right in front of me. And that is the quote that I've had to improvise. It says, "Until I feared I would lose it, I never loved to read. One does not love breathing." From Harper Lee, To Kill a Mockingbird. I love this quote because I've never really been into reading. It was only lately when I saw that the years were passing, I was not really accomplishing my reading goals. I always wanted, I like the idea of reading a lot, but I did not have the will. And that is the author that I picked for this year. She's Jane Austen. I love all the movies based on the books, but I have never read one book from her. And I don't know why. I feel like I would not like romantic novels until I read Jane Eyre, which I did not want to read at the beginning because I had already seen the movie and I thought, oh my goodness, what am I doing? This is a waste of time. But I was amazed by how different the book is, how much better the book is. And I've watched the series and 2 movies, and I still think the book beats them all. So I am wondering if it's going to be the same with Jane Austen. So I'm writing the title there, and you will see that I will write a little biography of her, something that I found on Wikipedia. I will also change the title there. I will make, not the title itself, but I'm going to make the fonts a little bit thicker. And honestly, I wish I hadn't. I think it looks fine the way it was. In that little envelope, I keep my book covers. I print them in advance. Like I say, every quarter I go back and check what I should read for the next 3 months, and I print the covers, the ones that I will glue on my summary pages, and the little ones that are in sort of the collection pages. So those are my 6 covers that I picked for Jane Austen. I was going to say Jane Eyre. And I forgot that there was another one in the envelope. But anyway, I will explain that to you later. And those are my covers for the month that I have, for the next until March. I've selected 3 books for me and 1 book that will go for my husband and my reading list. So it's Anna Karenina. I will start with that. I always like to start with a big chunky book. Then A Man for All Seasons, which is a play. The Sadness of Christ, which will be my spiritual read for Lent. And for me and my husband is Ray Bradbury, Fahrenheit 451. I think it's a science fiction book. So we are looking forward to that one. All right, so this is the finished setup. As you can see, it's the most simple thing ever. So that's the cover. Then my improvisation quote, because of the bleed through and the see-through of this page, I thought it would not have looked good. Then my books. Here I have to wait till I will know in December what's going to be the first one for January. My first one for me and my husband. And this one is Pride and Prejudice. I don't know why I thought that I had picked only 6 books by Jane Austen. So I arranged them like this, and then I realized that I had Pride and Prejudice here. Whatever, it will stay here. I don't want to mess up this page. I actually quite like it. And the rest is going to be just a review. So I'm going to start here for the first one, and it goes on. So that's it. I hope you have enjoyed this video. I hope you like the simplicity of this journal. As you can see, it's nothing too exciting. However, I think you always have to be honest with yourself and see what works for you and what not. So anyway, I hope to see you in a few weeks, and I wish you all a nice day, a nice weekend, and I will see you later. Bye.